Hello, it's Simone. Welcome to day 3 of 30 Inks, 30 days, September 2023. I have chosen to participate this month for the very first time, and in order to be excited about the inks that I'm using, I went through, and there's a video on how I randomly picked 30 inks on my channel. And I made little teeny tiny paper snippets with all the names of the inks on them. And then every day I pick one. And yeah, so let's go. I think this is mixed up nicely. Let's go. Next is Yama Guri. I have no idea what that ink is. I don't even know what color I'm looking for. It's not a bottle that I know. And it sounds like a sailor ink. At the moment, I'm confused because I have not heard this name in connection with my stash. So I'm really confused. Bologna, Chennai, Yama Guri. It's a brown ink. Now that's a different color. In the first 2 days, I had shimmer inks, 2 that I was really afraid of using, and that's why I hadn't included them in any of the ink rotations that I have done previously. So the way I do this, I have the ink now. Now I'm looking for a pen. These are the pens that don't fit in my pen case. Here are all my pens that are not inked at the moment. And I'm looking for something that I can put this in. This is not a lot of ink. This is maybe a milliliter. Yep. So I'm thinking out loud here. This is the newest pen in my collection at the moment when I'm filming this, which is before the San Francisco Pen Show. And if you're wondering why I'm pre-filming my videos, then let me tell you that I chose to transcribe a web page and get... Wow, the wind is really loud outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining here where I live now. So, this is the newest pen in my collection. I received this nib as a present. It is a Nemosine or Nemosine, not sure, 0.6 stub nib. And I haven't used this yet. So I was waiting for an ink that might work. This one looks quite... I thought Pilot Iroshizuku inks were quite lubricated, but this doesn't look very lubricated because it sticks to the ink vial. So I'm not sure if that's what I want to use right now. But I could also just do it and see what happens. All right, I will need to find the converter for this, and then I will come back and we will do the things. All right, converter is here. I need somewhere to put the ink, and then we will start. Okay, this is very promising right here. So how is this working? Okay, well, I guess it works. I could dip this nib in here and then fill the converter through the vial, but I don't think that this will work because of the amount of ink that is in here. So I'm going to syringe fill the converter, and then I will dip the nib so that I can start getting some ink in there. I need some ink for all the painting that I want to do as well. Oh yeah, that's hopefully enough. This is not a lot of ink. And see, that's what I meant. It doesn't even go down. I'm just gonna, and if I dip this in here now, there is not a lot of ink left in this vial for sure. All right, I'm gonna put all of this away. What was I going to tell you just now? Yes, I remember. Hillary, the tornado is here at the moment, or not close, but this is the amount of weather that we get from that. And yeah, it's interesting. So, but I actually really like that there is more than just regular weather here. What I mean with regular weather is no rain. There is more than sunshine and not cloudy, but still not sunshiny days. Okay, I don't make sense. Let's just not talk. And add some ink right here. I have decided that I will not overlap the inks up here, and so I'm going to start today by putting this here up to this line. No, to this line, to this line, to here. Oh, I thought I was going, yeah, I wanted to put this here because then I could write here. It's brown, that's for sure. Then let me put the 3 right here, color this in. This is one of the inks of the Pilot Iroshizuku line that I haven't tried yet. And I was going to tell you, yes, I remember, now I remember. So I am using this older Hobonichi A6, it's regular Techo A6 avec as my, I don't know, yet another ink journal for documenting each fountain pen and ink pairing. I have just started this recently, and if this is working out, I think what I'm going to do in 2024 is definitely have one, because I think I want to look back and see all of the inks that I have used. Not the inks, but the combination. I put this ink into that pen, and this is how it felt. So let's see if this pen actually writes. That would be an interesting thing to figure out. So this color is and the pen, I think I'm going to write up here because it's a Jinhao X159, I think. 750 maybe? Because 159 is the other one, right? Completely wrong. X750. Wow. 750 with a 0.6 stub and the name of the, so is it Mnemosyne or is it Mnemosyne? You tell me. I didn't think this was going to be so brown. It's a nice change. No, I didn't think this was going to be such an easy fill and that it was going to write so well. So I'm excited on how this will perform in my transcription project. I did not really talk about this pen. I purchased it from Amazon. It was less than $10, I think, and I really like this model. I hope you can see all the glitter parts in here. It is quite heavy. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything to compare, but I think it's my heaviest pen. I'll go downstairs and weigh and tell you after, and put it on the here on the screen. So here is how the transcription looked. What I noticed with these pens where you can see a specific direction that are not round tipped is when I change the way I hold the pen, it also changes the writing angle. Well, that's the right, yeah, I don't know. What am I going to say? So if I turn it this way, then the letters lean that way. So when you change the position while writing, oh my gosh, this is hard, then it is really visible, very visible in the writing on the paper, because every time you tilt it, the line width will change, which is not what happens when you use a round tipped pen. You can hold your pen like this, or like this, or like this, or you can turn it this way or this way, and it's always the same line width. It doesn't change. But when you have a pen like this, the line width changes, and that will affect the overall look of the paper, the page, the writing that you make. Wow, that was hard. I mean, yes, with stub nibs or nibs that go onto the paper like this, if your pen doesn't touch the paper correctly, no ink will flow. But this was quite forgiving. However, let me tell you what happened when I wrote with the 68 GSM paper. I realized why this looks so different. I wrote in all caps here, and here I didn't. So no wonder it looked weird. This ink flows well out of the pen on 52 GSM TRP. Tomoe River paper is what TRP stands for. I wrote with it in my journal, and I'm so glad I did, because on this paper, besides that it looked really nice, it's legible, it's saturated, the penmanship, Schriftbild, is cohesive and it looks really nice. I struggled while writing because it felt super hard. It really, this was one of the worst writing experiences I had in a long time on this paper. And then I considered, do I want to use this pen in my journal? And I'm so glad I did, because it went on there like butter. The ink it flowed here as well, but it was quite dry. On the other paper, the 52 GSM that is in this Hobonichi, for instance, it was really a soft, smooth experience. As you can see, the ink is much darker, or at least that's what I see. Maybe I'm biased, and that's why I feel like that is the case. And my arm actually started to hurt here. The ink color is not, wow, this is my favorite brown ink now. This is absolutely not the case. It was okay to write with, but it's not something that I would buy as a bottle. So I guess it isn't my favorite brown. I'm so sorry, I'm tired. In the swatch, there is a hint of green sheen. And green sheen is basically the sheen that I do not like at all. So that's something, it didn't appear on this paper. There is a tiny bit visible on here if you look at a right angle, if you search for it, but I am not doing that. And so I'm totally okay with it. I don't use this in a swatch form ever, besides right now to show you the color. So the green sheen doesn't affect me because it's not very visible, at least not in this pen and with this nib. Maybe if I had a really wet nib, then that would be a problem. The pen is heavy, I already said that. It didn't affect me on the 52 GSM paper, it did here. But I'm not sure if the fact that it hurt and that it felt so hard to write with was because of the heaviness of the pen or because the ink was so dry and it dragged on the paper because it's just a different paper. This feels more coated than this. This is heavier. You can hear sounds different. So that was what I wanted to say. I'm not sure if the heaviness was a factor on this paper. It wasn't on this paper. But I also wrote less. All right. Day 3 is here, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.